Alrighty, hello everyone. I'm Mia Martinez and I'm the associate editor of Touchstone.
I'm Robbie. I'm the cover artist for Touchstone 2025.
And this is Robbie's Ampersand. The first question I have is what fuels your passion and motivation to create?
What fuels my passion and my motivation to create is really just kind of the world around me and like my lived experiences. But also just kind of knowing how human beings experience emotions and really wanting to experience that through my art and kind of using it for that self-expression because it is so open and so varied. You can just do anything.
I love that. I really feel that and connect with it when we saw your work. Love it.
Thank you.
How did you discover or seek out new inspiration for your work?
So for my work, I'm a Pinterest guy, really, when it comes to some, like, inspiration like that. But other than that, I love art. I try to watch other creators, see what kind of stylistic choices they make with their drawings, kind of take little bits here and there, certain eyes you like, certain noses, take your time and kind of develop a style. And yeah, that's kind of where I've gotten my inspiration is grabbing little pieces, kind of like scrapbooking different artists.
Is there any artist like that stands out to you in particular that's kind of inspired you?
I really like Brett Hellquist. He's the illustrator for the book series of Unfortunate Events. And he does a lot of really beautiful, like, multi-directional cross-hatching, which I also try to do with my work, and I've been doing for a couple years, so yeah.
Oh, I love that. He's also one of my inspos. I love him, man. Can you share the story or concept behind Opposing Blooms, the cover art, and what inspired it?
So last year I was in an abusive relationship, and it was one of those things where in those situations it really is hard to speak out and talk about how you're feeling, so art became my space to really express what I was feeling. So for Opposing Blooms, it was towards the end of our relationship, and it was at the point where, like, my friends were noticing what was going on, like I couldn't ignore it anymore. So it's about, being in that situation and feeling like your friend's concerned, but still having that's your partner and still wanting to keep their happiness in mind and what makes them feel good, but still having, that concern from your loved ones and trying to be loyal and that conflict.
Oh, thank you for opening up. I know that's definitely a difficult topic to share.
Absolutely.
Thank you just for feeling like safe and comfortable enough to share your experience.
Yeah, you're so sweet.
So your chosen medium is a huge part of your artistic voice. What is it about this medium that resonates with you the most? And can you share a little bit more about like your main medium?
Yeah, so the piece for the cover art is digital media, but digital media really isn't my main media, I would say. I am more of a traditional artist. But I do love digital media because what I especially love about it is that there's so many layers, and each layer is like a living thing. Like you can always go in and change it or turn them off and rearrange them in ways that look best. It's just so versatile. But for traditional art, I just love layering colors, and it's just something about drawing on paper that I love. I love digital art as well, but I've just always had a soft spot for traditional art and colors. So my main medium with those is like color pencil and pen. I use ballpoint pen a lot of the time, like the cheap big pens that come in like 100 packs. And Prismacolor is my favorite color pencil.
Those are so underrated. I mean, it's a classic for a
great.
reason.
They're
the
great.
standard.
They're perfect. I think they're great.
Yeah,
I think they're the best.
This is not sponsored, I swear.
No, not sponsored at all.
Not sponsored. We just really love Prisma art and big. So how has your style or approach to creating art changed over time, and if so, how?
So when I first started making art and drawing, it was a lot of like, I loved watching cartoons as a kid, so I would like kind of watch, I don't know, like just any cartoon and like pause it and kind of try to draw what I see on TV. And that just turned into like a really big interest in like character design. So I would just kind of draw the characters that I liked seeing and try to take their like different traits and combine them into my own characters. And then I made like a bunch of OCs when I was younger and tried to write stories, and that was my process. But right now I'm trying to more hone my skills that are grounded in like looking at my subjects and actually paying attention to what I'm drawing, as opposed to trying to like perfect it as I go. And that's been really good. That's been like looking at like portraits, pictures of people, and like kind of trying to do the same values and work through it that way.
So would you say you were like a former perfectionist of sorts?
Yeah, I think I've definitely still struggled with that a little bit, but I think trying to come back to what makes art fun and just kind of like the experience of it has been really helpful.
So what's been the most rewarding part of your creative journey so far? I know we've been into like how we got here, so like tell me a little bit more about that.
I've been able to meet so many wonderful artists just through like making art, and I really like just how open it is. You know, I have been a person who struggles with communicating the things I exactly feel throughout my life, and art has just been always my outlet and the best way to express myself. And I love it because there is no real right or wrong for art. I mean, there's people who will tell you that, you know, it has to look a certain way, but it really is whatever you want it to be. So that's been really good.
Is there a specific message or theme you often find yourself exploring in your work?
Just people. I think people are cool. I think people are silly and fun and great. So I just love drawing portraits. And facial expressions are really cool. But I don't really feel like I have a certain theme that I stick to.
So looking ahead, what's next for you creatively? Are there any projects, collaborations, or ideas you're excited to explore and are willing to share?
I mean, I don't really have anything in mind or planned, but I just kind of am looking forward to spending more time with my different artistic skills. I changed my major to studio arts last semester, so...
Congrats!
Thank you!
Wait, what was your major before?
It was music education. So now it's studio arts with a minor in music and a minor in education, so I still get to do all the fun music and education stuff. But I just love art so much. It needed to be a bigger part of my education. So, you know, I'm really looking forward to learning, you know, like the technical aspects of all the different mediums, like painting, you know, getting real solid support and guidance in that is really exciting.
Oh, I love your optimism. I love the energy completely.
Thank you.
So is there any final like words you want to share? Anything like shout outs?
In my piece on the cover, as well as the piece itself, are 3 little flowers that surround it, 3 small little forget-me-nots. And in those flowers, there are 3 different initials, and each initial stands for one of the people that were most close to me when I was really going through everything last semester. And that's Sheridan, CJ, and Deidre. So I wanted to make sure I include them because they all are kind of represented by the blue flower, you know, that love that comes from friendly concern and wanting to make sure you're okay. So there is just like a little Easter egg on the cover.
I love that so much.
Yeah, and then I mean just a little gay one on the back for my boyfriend. All right,
let's go. Love is love. Let's go,
guys. Love is
yes.
love. Yeah, that's right.